Okay, let's see how much we can get done here. Got a hair air conditioner. Hair. Should have brought up a bucket while I was at it. Oh, let's see here. This was a roadside find. Okay, kid. This is definitely something that you want to keep gloves on for, because the fins on this will cut you to pieces if you're not careful. And we have more proof of the infestation of the spotted lanternfly that we've lost this war against. So we got the compressor, the controller area, front fins, rear fins, small motor that does both blowers, both fans. And we'll need to go get a ratchet to get that out, and that should be about it. So let's get this started. That's not going to come out until I get the motor out. Those are through, so that's all the screws I can see. Yeah, we got two small bolts there, a couple bolts over there. There's one more screw there. there. We got a... Okay, I'm gonna have to go get my... I mean, I need to come up with a... Screw bolts on that. It is. It's just holding plastic. Those 2 little bolts and that. Those 3 bolts for that. So I've got to go get some more tools. Okay, we're back on it now. I've got sockets that match these guys, so let's see if we can get these things removed. There's that one. There's one way down deep in there. Okay, that's those 2. I forgot to get the one for that. Okay, we're gonna start nipping some stuff. Okay, start nipping some stuff here. Actually, let's get this foam off first. And this unit has been discharged before I got it. Actually, I picked it up from my neighbor's yard, so I know exactly what's wrong with it. Freon leak. Sophia, stop! Excuse me. There's another compressor to take apart. Get any goodies out of it. Stay there. There's our long circuit board. Oh, there's 2 circuit boards. See any more scratch on that one? Those goodies out of the way. That goodies. That's more. That's steel. Those will be steel. Let's get it off and out of the way. Down over here. There's another thing there. That one doesn't. That might be a screw. Whatever it is very rusted. Foam and plastic. Steel screws. Come out here with a magnet in a few minutes to clean all that up. Steel. A nail. Another screw. So that is all debris. A piece of plastic. All leaf matter and everything can go over my fence. And that's steel. And actually, instead of doing a magnet, it's all right into there. And of course, my battery gets hung up on my more debris. A couple screws over here. I don't see anything else. There she goes. Oh, and that's why she plugged up on them. That thing is completely plugged on the backside of this. Jeez. Okay, I am going to need to get the recip saw so that I can chop these ends off, chop the noodles off, which will allow me to get the steel out, and then I'll be able to break down the rest of it for the copper in it. Where's the other one? I assume, yep, same for this one. Saw off the steel, remove the noodles, and then get the interior door. This one, how is the... Okay, we got that guy right there. A few more screws in here. plastic. We need to get a wrench to get that off, get this off, and then we'll be able to get the motor, which is going to be, you can see it's got little crimps over the center section there that are holding it together. Probably be easiest to saw those off, or grinder them off. So let me go grab the other set of tools. I'll get these back downstairs. What else got here? So you guys downstairs. You can stay up. Actually, no, you can go downstairs. Yeah, for the moment, I'll take all my tools downstairs and get the recip saw. Okie dokie. So I got the, saw, the recip saw. May not be able to do this upstairs, but we'll give it a go. See if we can manage this. It's really a two-hand operation, but we shall give it a try. That one was easy. This one I'm going to have to do on the outside. And same deal for this one. I forgot to bring up the wrench for that. That guy has done his job. I need a bucket. I need a wrench for that. And that's it for now. Yeah, a bucket and a wrench. Okay, back with a couple wrenches and a bucket to pick up all this copper. And that looks like all of them. Should be 2 more feet. Nope, the steel's still on there. There's the steel. I need a pry bar to get that one off. So there's our motor. I really want to do these outside because honestly I don't know what's messing my shop. Now the way we're going to get this, I can show you on this one at least. It's real simple. And luckily I haven't sharpened my knife yet, so. I think I'm going to have to, and you can see the copper in there. This just takes some work. The problem is that there's 3 layers of these pipes. And I haven't sharpened my knife yet, which is a good thing and a bad thing because if you do this right, which I'm not, you get these out almost straight, and then you'll have a pile of aluminum and a pile of copper. Or the other option is I could just cut all this into bite-sized pieces that'll go in the crucible and just have some aluminum bronze. Because this is going to take a lot of work. My elbow is already hurting. I hate leaving all that copper in there, though. Let me think on this a bit, and I'll get the rest of this taken back down to the shop. Because this stuff can all go back down to the shop now. Steel. A little bit of aluminum cut off. One large capacitor, 250 volts. I don't know. We'll chunk them with the rest of them. Got the little bit of wiring that we'll get all off here in just a minute. Now we'll just take it off now. So it looks like we got 3 relays, maybe a 4th relay there, MOSFET, capacitor, a couple of aluminum capacitors. That's probably a capacitor as well. CX1, so yeah, maybe a capacitor. Little buzzer, a little aluminum capacitor. One little chip on the back. For the control board, small flat pack. We'll have to take it off, see what else is on the front. Some other, couple of surface mount components on the back, and that's about it. That we can see there. Small amount of wire. Small transformer. A little wire. And of course, the compressor. That should have some good copper in it as well. Plastic. Need to get this steel. Figure out what I'm going to do with these two guys. And of course, the power cord. We'll take this apart. Now this has got some kind of a ground fault in it, so it'll be interesting to see what's inside that. Little square screws on that one. We shall see. Okay, I have made changes to the workshop. As you can see, the space is a lot cleaner. I've got 2 tool chests with all my tools in it now. And space to store stuff around here. This is our oil container, our gloves. Get him set up to drain. Oh, look, it's actually draining all up top. Oh, that was nice. Paper towels down here. Oh, we got it. Well, I wish I would have known it was that. That would have been easier. Yeah, let me go grab some paper towels while this is doing its thing. If I'm honest, this is probably good for my work surface. Here, out of the way. This is another thing that this oil can be used for, obviously. It's just treating your work surface, so less stuff will stick to it. Oily rags, do not dispose of them in the trash. There is a chance these could spontaneously combust as the oil starts breaking down the fibers in the rag or the paper towel. So dispose of them safely, preferably outside, metal container, so that if they do catch fire, it's not a problem. Okay, so we got the compressor draining now. We'll take wire cord, U-bar, U. Motor, capacitor. Pull 1, pull 2, pull number 2 that I had up there, and most of the rest of this looks to be copper, steel. Yeah, so the rest of that's all the copper that we pulled off from just the end noodles and the pipes that cut off. And I will test those pipes to make sure that they're not steel. So let's get the wires out of the way first. So again, just a normal snipping of the ends. I don't, or have not as yet, taken any of my copper to the scrapyard. I don't know what my scrapyard requires in terms of trimming ends and things of that nature. I've got to build my machine that I'm hoping will take care of this for me. And once I build it and make sure it works the way I want it to, I'll share it with you guys so that you can decide if you want to build something similar. Mine is not a typical wire stripper, I'll tell you that right now. So, one little chunk of wire. Where's my wire? Some of these wires actually came off of another little item I took apart the other day. I forget what it was. Oh, the speakers from the projector TV. That's what it was. So just some small wires here. And then we'll take them off this transformer as well. And slip it back here. So that does it for all of our wire for the moment. Oh, except for this big one that's right in front of me. That last one should be at least a decent piece. So these, ones with plastic on it, will go into one bucket. Oops. The ones without plastic will go into another container. Breast cleaner. There's one more here that's going to be there. And I may decide just to take those radiators to the scrapyard as they are, just so I don't have to deal with them. It's more work that I may want to deal with. A little piece of wire. Okay, so we got switches on this board, so it may contain silver, one little LED display, and then some more aluminum capacitors, and some LEDs, tiny little LEDs. One flat pack on the back of that one, some other surface mount components, one chip on the back of this one with the relays. We'll take those now. There's nothing on this that we want to take right now. Plastic. Actually, I got plastic right there. Let's see here, we want to get you out of the way. You back in there. What's nice about these cabinets is I considered the cabinets before I built my work surface in here so that these cabinets could go under the surface without any issues. So I can keep them out of the way. Take our little heat sink. Okay. Back up out of the way. This will be a ceramic capacitor. Got a MOSFET here. We'll worry about that guy later. And see, when I say these guys may be, it's probably a capacitor. If you're not sure, step in half. If you see aluminum inside it, a roll of aluminum, that's a capacitor. Okay, so the rest of that board can go into our board spot for now. Okay, let's make sure this is actually got a magnet stuck to the front of the place. It's rare earth magnets that are sticky. Oh yeah, nice big relay on this one. This is the way I'm going to try and run most of my videos now is, if it's a larger item, I'll break it down outside before I bring it down to the shop bring the components down to the shop for final disassembly. It just seems to be easier for me that way. That way I don't have to lug them up and down. That won't let go. The way I do these is I pinch it on the side where it's riveted through the steel that's inevitably on here. And the idea is to try and pop that rivet. It's going in, but it's just not wanting to pop. Now my elbow may be part of the issue because it's just not strong enough to do a lot of stuff. Got one more capacitor over here. That did not come off with this, but we'll keep it here so that we can properly contain it here in a few minutes. That's plastic. Plastic with a little piece of steel on it. Try. My numbers can get in there better. That's one way of doing it. Not the ideal way, but one way. My main goal is, when I'm popping these apart, is to try and get it where the edges on this piece are not jagged so that it catches the copper so much. Makes it a little easier to get off. You got a little steel rod you can just remove from the plastic. And now this guy. Always make sure to get your silver contacts out of those. May not be much, but if you collect enough of them, you might surprise yourself one day. And for these three little ones, it's not a big contact, but it is there. The larger one, it's got a pretty decent sized little contact there. Let's see if this one will work. Now this one, the steel comes in two pieces, and sometimes one little piece will have a small copper or brass plate on it. I know it's tedious, but you know, every little bit counts. Right. See, it pops off. There's the plastic. There's my little piece of steel, and hopefully it makes it where this all comes off the spool relatively painlessly. Well, sounds like I'm going to have some company. Hey, Oleg. One of our mini huskies here. Just get hung up on you. Let's get you out of the way now. There's number two. Oh, do that. This will plate off. Goofing around with over there. Those four little guys give us that much. Let's see, you and you, and you. Oh, now I got that electric grease all over me. And all this is steel. In a steel bucket. All this is plastic with a few grains of copper, so we're not going to worry about it. The camera's telling me it's got a low battery, even though I've got to hook up an external battery. Capacitor goes in the capacitor bucket. Aluminum goes in the aluminum bucket. These guys will go into our things that we have to resort later, because I'll go through and make sure that the contacts are more clean before I do anything with them, remove any big pieces of copper or brass or anything. And then cover it up. Cover it up. Got that guy to go. Still. Okay, let's see about you. Square bit. That's the right one. I've never seen what's inside one of these plugs before, so this will actually be a little interesting. Now the compressor I will not take apart today. Two reasons. One is I want to give it a long time to drain out and get as much of that oil out as possible. And the second one is I'd rather do that outside, where I'm not throwing that dust and debris all over the shop. I just have to clean it up again. So I'll do the cutting outside, and I'll do the other part inside here. Oh, now I like that. When you got brass that comes apart, this is more like the European plugs, where you can, the brass plugs are very thick, and you don't have to break them apart to get them out. Now, this one I might. There we go. Plastic. Little stick. Okay, so we got another big resin capacitor. Another one on the side over here. Now this may actually have silver contacts on it as well. Because these side pieces look like they're contacts. Another little resin capacitor. Got a little copper spool in here. And some surface mount items, some resistors, and some diodes. And like I said, in a little spool of copper, as if it's a relay. And that may be what this is, just a relay that's detecting the current coming through and discharge, letting it, killing the circuit before it can get through to hurt you. An old lake has come and sat down across the back of my legs, laid down at my back, feeling neglected because I'm down here doing this stuff. Ha! Push that. That's plastic, that's plastic, that's plastic. That's a little steel spring. That'll be brass, that's brass, that's brass. That may be steel. It's not steel. I'm surprised. We'll throw it in the brass. This is the pieces, well, this is the ground wire, but the other two wires here have what look like they may be little, potentially silver containing contacts on them. I mean, usually these are, contacts are always an alloy of silver. It definitely looks welded or pressed on there, even though it's got a brass color on the top. Now we'll put it in and we'll treat it as one, and the way we're going to go about it, it won't matter anyway. Wires, wires, wires. Back to the wire bucket. These two will go into the silver content, into our bucket that contains silver. Now that should be steel. And hopefully this weekend I'll be able to get out and do a melt. In a couple weeks I've been able to do one because of the weather and work. I'll stockpile enough copper, I think, that I can do one again. Okay, I'm going to throw this into the boards thing for now. It is nothing really much on it, but we'll process it all when we process everything else. You guys probably will think I'm insane when I go to process this stuff, if I do it the way I'm intending to do it. Get our little copper spool down here. And then we'll crack open this motor over here. And this transformer. So we had four little now we got four little copper items out of there. Mostly from those relays, all from those relays. Okay. Plastic. Oh, actually, I didn't even trip again. This one might be a brass screw. Only the washer was steel. So that goes into brass. Okay, might be difficult to see on camera, but this motor has little flanges that are just bent over the top. So we're going to try and get it with knippers. Better off to get it with a screwdriver first. Or... And yes, this is a woodworking chisel, but it's one that I've retired a long time ago. Let's just see. Let me go with the brute force approach on this. Actually, that's good. I didn't do much of anything. Well, I need you to move, bud. Not sure what that was. Oh, that's the capture right there. That's not really doing anything. Another hammer. You're not looking nice at all. That's one out. Push you away. Push you back away. You. Alright, well, I didn't scare you. So you do that again. The rubber gasket thingy on here. There we go. Yeah, that's just steel. Catch ring. Hi, Sophia. There's our armature. Standard armature, a little bit of aluminum on the ends that you may or may not be able to get off. Bearings that we will go after here in just a minute. Let's see if we can capture them. And of course this stator does not want to come out of here. Now it looks like there's one fin that's in that. That's way too flexible to be. Let's see if we can get another screwdriver. Work it out. Me cranking on this thing may not be helping. Probably just making it tighter. That's sad because there's a good little chunk of copper in there. What appears to be copper at least. We'll do it the other way. We're up to an hour on this thing. Watch your ears. See if that gave us enough room. Yeah, it's loose now. Problem is that there's no real good, easy way of. I don't know if I would grab. Camera back out. There we go. Yeah, that one's all steel too. Yeah, that's lovely copper. We're going to try splitting this one. We'll use the machete on it. We're going to try it a slightly different way. Instead of sitting here pounding on it, just want to get it started. Like that. Now, we have a very large vise here. And so we're going to use the vise. And this is all just a matter of alignment. Did it with a smaller one the other day. Actually, I think I wound up doing it horizontally or vertically. was worth a shot. We will go back to doing it my old-fashioned way. There is nothing wrong with this edge. This one I made it just deformed so much that it doesn't want to do it anymore. I don't know. I may give up on the machete. We're going to get some singing from the pack. Now, if you have not noticed on these motors, the windings always form a pattern. So for this one, there's 2 sets of windings, and every set of windings is spaced. It's coming out 1 and skipping 4 and then going in, or some form. So what I'm doing right now is I'm skipping 3 places and hitting the center of the windings. And that should free all of them up. Case in point. I'm just going back through a second time, make sure I got all of them. Now we should be able to flip it back over here. Big screwdriver. And if you do it on the side with the least amount of rope and tape, you stand a better chance of getting it all to come out in one shot. Except that this steel is just crushing now. As you can see, the windings are coming out. It's just the steel is not cooperating. And I just broke the screwdriver. Broke it right where the shaft ended. So much for that one. I'll have to buy a better one. On the right side, I have other tools. We'll start with chisel. Wish I had a blunter one. That's not gonna work. My bench is not gonna work. Well, let's see. Do I have anything else around here that would work? I can't think of anything off the top of my head. So we'll use my newer these are coming out, and I'm going to use my copper bucket. Be right back. Like so. The magnets are in the way. And this is what I was hoping to avoid, was having to pull it all out piecemeal. I was hoping to have it stick together for the most part. That's fine, we can get it this way too. Look, I got a piece on my finger. Hate it when it happens. Should be wearing my gloves. It's my own damn fault. Obviously, we're not going to add weight on this because it's coming out and I'm throwing it right in my bucket. Sorry about that, I wasn't thinking about it when I set it up. Okay, let's try. I'd love to be able to do this bit with you guys with it towards the camera, but because of the angles, I will not be able to get it that way. Go up anyway. There we go. Now that I've got my shop in somewhat of a decent state, what I'll try and do is figure out a better way of doing all this so that I am getting weights on things, and I know some of you guys are interested in stuff like that. I just wish the steel wouldn't deform so much. Oh, birds have unfortunately another tooth up too. Okay, the rest of that is plastic and steel, which to me is steel. Okay, you go there. I mean, it was a decent amount of steel there. I'll just throw this in wires. Okay, this one. Let's see if we can do this one the way that I was talking about with the machete. It's smaller, and the one that I did the other day was a smaller one as well. Now the idea is just to get it started, and then let the jaws of the vise do the work. And it's still kind of on us. Get down here at the narrower point. Nope, not gonna work. Now I put my machete. Not working now. Well, let's try the old-fashioned way. Well, it seemed to be the old-fashioned way just fine. I don't know if I mentioned, I do not like these kind of transformers with the eaves going backwards and forwards. Well, I don't know if you caught me there or not, but I was saying that I don't know if it's worth it to do anything with these. Another way of capturing it would be to throw it into a crucible and melt it out. Again, there's not a lot there. I mean, most of this weight is, steel. 90% of it, probably 95% of it is steel. I am just going to chunk them in with my steel. I am not going to worry about it. Well, that's it for today, guys. So have a good one, and we'll see you next time.